Would Catrina Shead come forward, please? Come on. You're making the presentation, young lady.
Okay.
I've run this show a couple of times before.
Morning.
Good morning.
I am Catrina Shead with the Dallas Police Department Central Division, and I have the honor of introducing to you a tremendous gentleman who has been with the police department for 28 and a half, almost 29 years. So first I'm going to start out and read a little bit on what's been written of him, then I'll tell you a little bit about my short experience with him. Sergeant Richard Hunt was hired in the Dallas Police Department on November the 2nd, 1989. He was promoted to sergeant in June of 2007. Sergeant Hunt has received over 120 commendations for things such as dedication to duty, quick response, diligent work, and investigative skills. Sergeant Hunt has been a recipient also of 3 certificates of merit and nominated for the Officer of the Year in 2002. He currently supervises the crime response team at the Central Division on day shift. And at the Central Division, that includes the crime response team and the deployment team, which is normally touted out as something for 2 supervisors, but he handles it all himself. That's the type of quality gentleman he is. Sergeant Hunt is well versed on crime trends and intelligence, which allows him to effectively direct his team members to address pertinent crime issues. He leads his team to take a further proactive approach by locating individuals with outstanding warrants, specifically focused on those with family violence and felony warrants, or those who have been a particular nuisance to our division. The success of Sergeant Hunt's team is directly attributed to his leadership. He continuously sets a good example for his team through his commitment to hard work and decisive action. And that's what's written about him. So now let me tell you what I know about Sergeant Hunt. I was sent to the Central Division in December of 2017. And one day, Sergeant Hunt comes in, and I've heard of him. If a gentleman has been on the department for 28, 29 years, you know the name. You may not have worked with him, but you know the name, you know the kind of work that the person does. So Sergeant Hunt comes in and he says to me, in one of our first conversations, everything that's not going to work, everything that's not good, everything that needs to change, everything that needs to improve. And I know he was telling me that because I was new walking in the building. And his expectation of me was to have some impact on that. And I, for one, appreciate that. I appreciate his experience and his expertise and his honesty in coming to me and saying, these are the things that we need to improve on. He has all the experience and he wants to leave a good legacy here on this police department. So he comes to me and he says those things to me, and I take it 110% to be true, the things that I need to do as a new leader of that division. I rely heavily on people like Sergeant Hunt because he knows he is what you call quality, and he is leaving the right type of legacy on this police department. Majority of the officers that Sergeant Hunt supervises, that we just talked about a few minutes ago, some of them were in elementary school when he joined the police department. So imagine the type of legacy that he's leaving with them of hard work, dedication, and being a true police officer. And so for that, I'd like to award and show you Sergeant Richard Hunt.
Thank you.
He's not that quiet.
Very good.
It's been my honor and privilege to serve the citizens of Dallas. It's been my honor and privilege to serve the citizens of Dallas. Through all the trials and tribulation that we go through on the police department, we're still human. We're just like you. We want to keep your best interest and keep your safety the top priority. The citizens of Dallas deserve the best that they can get, and to continue the trend that we've had in crime reduction. Going forward, that's been a goal of ours to meet the citizens' requirements and also to have a positive effect in the community also. So thank you for this award. It was unexpected and it's greatly appreciated.
And next, could Sergeant Rene Sigala come forward, please?
My name is Paul Junger, and I'm the major over the Criminal Investigations Division. And I did want to take an opportunity to say thank you for honoring first responders today. As we know, there's nothing more challenging than public service. We also know there's nothing more rewarding. This career is a life-changing event. Krystal cares about others, so she came to exactly the right place. She was selected to our department because she is exceptional. And with that, we have an expectation she will do her best every day. She does. After graduating the academy, Krystal found a convincing answer to the question of what can she do to keep our citizens and city safe. Krystal found her passion investigating crimes against our most vulnerable, our children. Her compassion and her dedication is beyond exemplary. On behalf of Chief Hall and the Dallas Police Department, I would like to thank y'all and Krystal for her work. Sergeant Sigala, would you please come up here and recognize her?
I'm Sergeant Rene Sigala, currently supervisor in the Child Exploitation Unit. It's an honor to be here to present an award to one of my detectives, Detective Krystal Woods-Romero. She's been on the department for the last 7 years. The last year and a half she's been in the Child Exploitation Unit. In the Child Exploitation Unit, most victims of child sexual abuse are very young and therefore usually viewed as less credible than the adult offender. In most cases, there are no witnesses to corroborate the child's story, and the burden of proof is shifted to the investigator. The investigation and the suspect interview. There are usually no outward signs of abuse, and the child is often hesitant to talk about matters, especially with strangers. Despite these numerous obstacles, Detective Woods-Romero continually performs in a superior manner. She has gained a reputation for her thorough and relentless approach to child sexual abuse investigations, even in the most complex of cases. And I'll give you an example. Last March of 2017, she was assigned a case where the suspect had abused several young victims. To complicate the case, the suspect presented himself as mentally handicapped. She observed another unit interview the suspect, and as the interview was terminated based on what he had said. She was not satisfied with that and continued the investigation. She went to speak to his employer and gathered information knowing that he was competent enough that he would drive and he knew his name, date of birth. With that being said, detective confronted the suspect, who then admitted that he was just plain that he was mentally handicapped. She was able to get a confession and was able to arrest him and charge him with the multiple offenses. I believe Detective Woods-Romero's work attitude and relentless pursuit of the truth is what makes her one of the most outstanding detectives in the department. Through her actions, she has distinguished herself as a valuable member of the department and the community. It is for this reason I am honored to present Detective Woods-Romero with this special award.
I'll Photoshop you, crummy old man. You, one for you. Make sure they have one.
Just want to say good morning and thank you so much for recognizing first responders, police, firemen. It's a very thankless job and it's nice to get recognized. It's a blessing to get recognized. So thank you.
We really do respect the police and fire department. We appreciate all you do for the community. We thank you for your service, and we know you're busy and you've got all the things to do. If you have something that you need to do, go ahead and excuse yourself, but just please sign before you leave.